Oh, nah, nope, no.
On January 9th, 2023, a distressed man arrived at the police station to report a domestic disturbance at his home. He was eager to share his story with law enforcement, seeking assistance with the situation he had experienced.
Hello. Good, how are you? Did you call?
I didn't call anybody, but I talked to her.
Right. What happened?
So, my name is, can I start or?
Yeah.
My name is Nate. I live in, I don't know if you're familiar with that area. So this morning, I have an incident with my wife. I'm in the military, I'm a staff sergeant. And I already talked to the MPs and I talked to my leadership, my first line supervisor, about the incident that happened this morning. And pretty much my wife and I were going through some disagreements right now, and she was hitting me.
Okay.
I know. I'm here because I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm kind of like worried about the consequences. So I don't want to kind of like lose my career or put myself in a position where my career is going to be jeopardized. I already talked to my
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds crazy. And he probably not even talking about no crazy stuff, being that he came to the police station. But that sounds like you about to, you know what I mean? But I would say this though, before we get further in the video, I do believe that more men should do this. I talk about it. I don't talk about it enough. I should talk about it more because I need to come across more cases like this. But this is what we should do. Too many men go out here and don't want to be labeled like soft or a snitch or nothing like that. But like, there's literally nothing in place in reverse. If she came into the thing, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing in reverse for you to, like, you going down. So I just feel like the same should be applied. Let's get back to the vid.
And he said that he can put me in a barrack room and all this stuff, which is what I'm trying to avoid. When I talked to the MP, they told me the same thing. Even if I'm a victim, they pretty much the law favor the spouse. In this case, I don't know if you're familiar with that part. Though, what I'm hearing is just, you know, we start arguing through the weekend. Result of that, she was at the house. She came home yesterday she's in the reserve, so she came home yesterday from South Carolina. I wasn't talking to her. I cleaned the whole house and just minding my own business. And this morning, I was getting ready to take my kids to daycare on post.
As he spoke with the officer, he revealed that his girlfriend, whom he also referred to as his wife, had physically assaulted him. This was a shocking claim, and the officer listened carefully as the man shared his side of the story. The situation became even more concerning when the man showed the officer video footage on his mobile phone, which he claimed would support his version of the events. The video was difficult to watch, but confirmed the man's claim. The footage showed disturbing moments of the altercation, leaving no doubt about the severity of the situation.
And both of them, and I put them all in the car, and I guess she was thinking that we were cool. She was like, I was going to the gym in the afternoon, and I didn't tell her anything, so she kind of like went away inside the house and closed the garage. So I was just getting ready to leave, and she opened the garage back and started talking to me, arguing, and then she started pushing me and in the face, and then she started gaslighting me. And maybe I was saying things that I was gaslighting her too.
Like what?
Like ignoring her because I wasn't talking to her about. She was asking about. She was like, I got it on video, but I'm not gonna show you until we finally talk. And then I was just.
What do you have on video?
I'm sure, I don't know if you've been through this before or I don't want to like mess up her career or like right now she's at work and she think, like I said, she think that I'm bluffing about this, but I was telling her like, I'm not gonna keep sponsoring the behavior that you're doing, which is pretty much right now out of social media. She's been talking to other guys, well, being married to me, and the reason why we went to social work before we've been through it is because while I was deployed, she was cheating on me. So
already, there's a lot going on here, and it's sad that he just said that he was deployed and she was already cheating. So he came back to a crazy situation where she probably already had a bunch of different dudes, you know what I'm saying? Or even one, don't matter who. But you gotta, as men, we have to understand our worth. We have to know our worth. We have to do better at that, man, for real. We do.
Can you turn it sideways for me so it's bigger? Thank you.
It's good he got this on camera, though, for sure.
Okay.
So this is the first one that I kind of like, it was working out.
You think Christian can act like this? He's a smart father of the year, huh? You can't just make it easy? Why do you have to be so difficult? Why do you have to be so difficult?
You just want to make it easy for you.
I'm not. It can be easy for everybody. You just want to make my life miserable because you have this persona in your head, thinking that I'm cheating on everybody. And if I am, I would like to see proof. Because there's nothing.
Wow, she could be telling the truth, right? Who knows? But I always look at those comments side-eyed when you say, oh, show me the proof. There is none. Like, well, yeah, anybody who would do a good job at covering their tracks would say that. That's the first thing you would say. You know what I mean? Like, that's essentially the essence of not getting caught.
There's nothing. There's nothing. And that's what's funny. I'm not
Based on her
intimidated by you
behavior?
anymore. I'm not scared by you. There's nothing that you can do to intimidate me. Nothing. You think
What?
that you can just ignore me when I'm trying to talk to you about my kids? Huh? I'm not afraid of you. I'm sick of you always trying to intimidate me.
Intimidate you?
I'm not afraid of you.
That's crazy. And he used the wrong word. And when he said he was gaslighting her by ignoring her, that's not gaslighting. When you're ignoring somebody, that means that they need to do the same and walk away. Like, you know what I mean? The only thing he could have did more is, I guess, walk away or drive away or whatever. But emotionally emotionally intelligent people do not put their hands on people when they're talking in the midst of a disagreement or whatever it is. And she using words like intimidate because you're already trying to be a victim. You're already trying to be a victim. That's just crazy.
I'm afraid of you.
So you coming into the next relationship.
She's right.
Who?
My wife.
Where is she?
The white car.
She's there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm sure she can tell that she's texting me and calling me.
Okay.
And she,
Does she know you're here?
yeah, because she's seen my location. Well,
Okay. Stay in here for just a minute, okay?
Oh, nah, bro. What?
25. Can I get another unit with me? I've got the other party showing up here at headquarters.
What was that unit?
25. Hello. Are you Kelly?
Yes.
Can I talk to you for just a minute? Okay.
When the officer arrived at the property, he saw a woman trying to leave. Her behavior immediately raised suspicion. She seemed in a hurry to leave the scene, which seemed strange given the circumstances.
Right.
The officer stopped her and asked if she had anything to do with the disturbance. The woman denied any involvement in a crime. She began to offer her version of the story, but her response felt off to the officer. It seemed like she was trying to avoid responsibility for what had happened. The woman then tried to deflect blame by giving conflicting statements. She changed her story several times, seemingly trying to confuse the officer.
Hey, I'm Officer Moran. What's going on with your husband?
I mean, I'm sure you know his side of the story. It's
And I want to get yours. So
Yeah, it's probably true.
Okay.
What he said.
What do you think he told me? Like, I'm just trying to get your side, okay?
We've been going through this for 3 years.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
sounds
not,
like it's
it
a rough
hasn't
time.
gone this far. I don't know. I'm sure he told you everything. He's really good at building cases against me. He's
Okay.
a very smart man.
Okay, so what from your perspective, what happened?
Already out the gate, trying to be a victim. Nobody can build a case against anybody who isn't doing anything case worthy.
Knows how to push me past my limits and manipulate me to the point to where I finally break, and then he does stuff like this.
Okay,
What?
so I understand what you're saying, like in general, that this is like an ongoing thing. But what about today? How did he do that today?
Trying to threaten that he's going to have full custody of our children.
Okay.
Not say that exactly, but don't worry about it. I got it. The words that he says, I don't even know how to put it in word for word right now.
Okay.
Terrible,
So you
bro.
feel like he was provoking you?
Of course, he always does.
Okay, so how did the argument start?
He accuses me of stuff that's not true.
Okay.
And he sees tiny parts of little stories or little stuff that goes on, and then he makes this own story in his mind as if
You just say he's very good at building cases and he's very smart. So is he smart or delusional or a liar? Can't be. I mean, what's up?
as if it's true, and it's not. And I don't know how much longer, or I mean, I can't even plead my case because he will bring up another thing on top of that. Can we talk privately at work?
Yeah, we can step off to the side here. We can't go inside right now.
You want to talk
I'm not
privately? You
trying
just
to-
hitting that man in
put all your
public.
business out there.
Yeah,
So he was accusing you of things, right?
Stuff that's not true, and I'm just sick of it.
Yeah. So and then what happened after that? So you guys were arguing.
I'm sure you've seen videos and stuff. Can you just
I'm trying to get your perspective because it's not fair for me to only get one side of the story.
man, she is copping
at
too.
least two sides
She
of the story.
she giving it
I
up.
don't know my side. I'm sick of. I was for so long a stay-at-home mom, living in his shadow, and I finally just am becoming.
Okay, stay right here for just 1 second, okay? I want to hear what you have to say, but give me 1 minute, okay? Okay, so like I said, there are at least two sides to every story, right?
There's three actually.
And it's not fair for me to only have one person's side, okay? I understand you guys have ongoing
What,
issues.
can you tell me what's going on after this?
I am investigating a domestic violence incident. That's what's going on. Okay? And what's happening right this moment is I'm trying to get your side. Okay?
I don't know. I don't really have a side. There's nowhere I can go. He's trying to kick me out of our house. I cannot leave. There's nowhere for me to go.
Okay.
Clearly, she was trying to divert attention away from her role in the altercation.
Right.
She believed that by creating confusion, she could escape the consequences of her actions. However, instead of making things easier for her, her inconsistent statements only complicate the situation. Despite her attempts to mislead the officer remained calm and professional. He allowed her to speak for as long as needed, but carefully noted everything she said. As the woman spoke, she eventually admitted that the argument with the man had started because of issues involving child safety and custody. This added a sensitive and emotional layer to the case, which made the situation more complex.
Now he said
Nah,
you have,
it ain't-
like,
it-
friends
it
in
ain't
the
that-
area.
it ain't
I'm not
that
kicking you
damn
out of your
complex.
house, just to be clear.
I'm talking
okay?
to the police officer.
It ain't that damn complex. Don't put your hands on people.
Mom, I know. I'm talking to the police officer. Can he has friends too. We both have friends. We both.
Again, I'm not taking sides.
I know.
But,
I don't have anywhere to go.
okay.
I have family that live on the west
That ain't got nothing to
Coast in
do with this
California
right here,
and
shorty.
Nevada.
Okay. So you guys are arguing. Okay. And is this how it usually goes? You guys argue and then it escalates?
No, I mean,
Okay.
we'll argue, but we're quick to get over it. It's just, I mean, I see your prior service. I'm military as well. I'm a reservist. I had my drill weekend. I just graduated the Drill Sergeant Academy in
No one
November.
cares.
And from day one, I'm sure you know, what were you?
This is actually law enforcement, but
Okay, well,
Yeah.
day one, when day zero, I'm sure you've seen shark attacks and
Yeah,
stuff. We had, from day one when I was at the academy, he fought with me every day. He doesn't like when I leave because of a history that we have
right.
when I leave for military. So,
And that's got to be super stressful too.
yes, I had my drill weekend this weekend, and I stay on FaceTime with him. I share my location. I answer all his calls, all his text messages in the timely manner that he would like. And I was at the gym and I wasn't answering them fast enough for him.
When were you not answering?
Saturday.
Fast enough. Okay, Saturday. Okay.
And I'm like, he was at a funeral, so I knew that we weren't going to be really talking on the phone anyways. And he's calling and calling and calling, and I answer and he hangs up, and he's like, check your text messages, and then hangs up again. And I see I wasn't responding.
He was having a funeral. Yeah, he was calling you, and you felt like you didn't need to answer the phone because you thought in your mind that y'all wasn't going to be talking today. But you see your phone blowing up. That's crazy.
His text messages and answering his questions, which was, are you off for the day? And I said, yes, I am. Everything okay? What's going on? And he's just like, why aren't you answering my text messages? You're leaving me undelivered. I don't know what reset the phones did, because his phone did the same reset. The red receipts are not on anymore.
Okay.
And like the sound changed for our phones for like ringtones and stuff. For some reason, it was a weird reset. Maybe other stuff happened, but those are the two that happened to both of our phones.
Okay.
So I don't know why my red receipts were off. His are off too now. And so he was mad that my red receipts were off. And so I still stayed on FaceTime with him, stayed on video, because he wants me to FaceTime him 24/7 when I'm away from him. And I was on FaceTime with him, but it just still wasn't good enough for him. And so it just started an argument from that day, from that moment, around 4 o'clock.
On Saturday?
On Saturday.
Okay.
Until midnight. He was saying he was going to himself. He had my kids with him. I was gone. And I just, he's loco.
Yeah.
And so
Now he's local.
we argued that
So he went from being smart and all that. Now he's loco. Now he's crazy. Yeah. She talked too much, put herself in a bigger dish than she already was in with the video evidence. I feel like at this point they're just toying around, honestly, because you already got enough evidence to just whatever is going to happen is going to happen.
night, and I'm just like, you know what, I can't do this. One of my drill sergeant leaders from the academy, we follow each other on social media. He swears that just because we're friends on social media, that I'm
Oh, a drill
and
sergeant.
it's not the case at all. And I tell him, because he's so crazy, and he reaches out to every single guy that likes a picture on my social media. Like, what are you doing? What are your intentions with my wife? Why are you guys friends? Tell me, like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I tell him, if you think that, like, reach out to all these people. At the end of the day, I'm a reservist. That drill sergeant leader is a reservist. He has a lot of connections. Who knows the networking that he and I can do in the future?
Right. So you can't have any male friends.
He doesn't I cannot have male friends. He does not understand that. And so it just one argument led to another, and I'm just like, I'm done. And then he's telling me he's kicking me out the house and all this stuff. So I know how crazy he can get. He has locked me. He has emptied my bank account. He knows
The victim role is so crazy with visual evidence that you already you saw it already. You already, I mean, you did it, so you know it's on video. It is so crazy to play the victim here, but it's your best defense, I guess.
in professional hacking courses. He knows how to hack into anything that I have. I do not have any personal identity outside of him because he gets into everything. He's a professional hacker in the military. So
A professional hacker in the
one
military.
time, he financially tries to paralyze me, like doing this, in ways that I cannot overcome from. He over a period of time would ask me my security questions of my phone, like, oh, for example, my name is Niall. They called me that as a kid. What did they call you? And I was like, oh, they called me Gabi. Boom, my security question. What is your childhood nickname? What if my first car was this? What was your first car? I told him, oh, what color was it? Boom, another security. He's so smart.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if I'm being tested sometimes or not, because it could be just an unusual conversation.
Right.
So
that makes you super paranoid, I'm sure.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you stay with him.
he has tried to kick me out multiple times. He has emptied my bank account, taken my keys, taken my phone, put tracking devices on my car. I hacked into anything of my phone, my work
Yeah, you
phone,
have his
anything, my
location.
computers, anything.
So you
And
have
do
no
he was-
privacy.
I have no privacy. And I just am so angry that he was trying to do that again to me this weekend. And
What specifically was he trying to do this weekend?
Like, he plays mind games, and I'm kind of catching on to how he plays. He will make up a little scenario and play that scenario as if it's a real story, as if something really happened, as if he knows already. Like, oh, I already know you did this, so why don't you just tell me? And it's like it never happened, but because you know of maybe a snippet that I know that person, you know that where that person works, and maybe I've been in the same location as that person, he puts his own story together as if like I already know this happened, but it never happened. But that's how he thinks that he can catch me and other people in lines. And it's just, this morning he was playing mind games with me and with me.
Like, how was he doing that? What was he doing that about?
Telling me he wanted me out of the house by the time I was done with work, that I'm not going to be living there anymore. Pretty much just trying to keep me out of the house.
At one point during the conversation, the woman also shared that she had no financial resources or assets to support herself. This statement revealed some of her personal struggles. She faced challenges beyond the current situation which might have contributed to her behavior. However, despite these personal challenges, the officer knew that he had to focus on the facts and the seriousness of the situation.
Why he keep calling it? Is that not a lady officer that she talking to? Am I tripping?
Telling me, like, and I was trying to get the kids ready because we both mutually get them ready, take the kids to school and everything.
Yeah.
But he wasn't letting me help get them ready. And I was like, okay, well, I made them breakfast. What are we going to do? Like, can I take the kids to school? Like, what is the plan this morning? Because, like, and just, don't worry about it, I got it. Okay, but, like, I mean, we have an infant.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, what's the plan when after work? Are you picking them up? We usually go to the gym every day after work. I said, what's the plan? Like, are you picking them up? Or are we going to, don't worry about it, I got it. You're not in the picture anymore. And it's just like, it's the mind games. Like I want to be just as involved, but again, what he accuses me of is what he's doing. I'm trying to play this perfect narrative to everybody else, but he's trying to play the perfect narrative.
But
So
yeah, you're the one who hit him.
What accuse you of today, if anything?
Oh, having sex with multiple men over the weekend, entertaining other men in my DMs. And people tell me, my stuff is really locked down. I added people that I went to the academy with. I was with them every day for 9 weeks straight.
Yeah.
I have a right to have them as a friend.
Yep.
If they heart one of my stuff, or if they call me pretty, like, it sucks, but I mean, I'm not saying, okay, let's go on a date, let's
Yeah.
like, it's just like, thank you, and then that's it. If they try to go further, I don't let them, but none of them have.
Yeah.
But just because I don't stop them when they tell me I'm pretty, nothing has gone further than a compliment. But because I don't stop them when they tell me I'm pretty and say, you need to respect that I'm married, don't tell me I'm pretty, he has a problem with it.
Okay. I mean, that sounds exhausting.
Now, I will say there are men out there like that. And for those men, it probably is exhausting to be with them type. My only thing is, like, you should have gotten yourself together so you can support yourself so you don't have to deal with that. If this is the case, though, because I'm still not convinced. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not convinced. I believe some of the stuff that she's saying is probably true, but I believe it's probably exaggerated. But who am I? I'm just a reactor. So who knows? But what we do know is you put your hands on this man and he was just standing there. And I think that speaks more to your character and what's going on than anything that you're talking about right now, as that man stood there and didn't touch you at all, showed the utmost restraint. That's what I think.
And toxic. And I'm sure it pushes you beyond your limit. Would you say that's accurate?
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine dealing with that. And it's extra hard when you have kids.
Yeah.
And that makes it that much worse.
Yeah.
So has it ever gotten physical with you guys?
Multiple times.
Okay. What has happened in
I
those?
should have filed domestic on him before he did me.
Well, what happened in the other times?
He's locked me in my closet. I have that one on video. He's locked me in my closet. I mean, physical abuse. He won't let me leave, so he'll grab me, pull me up against the... He tries to confine me into corners and closets.
How does he do that?
By grabbing me, he's strong. He's held me down multiple times.
When did that happen?
It was a while ago.
Okay.
It was like 2020, 2021.
What else happened?
I mean, I put my hand on him, I'm sure. There's no way out of that. Like, I'm sure he has video. I saw our security camera.
Did you put your hands on him today?
Maybe.
Maybe. You know exactly what you did. This is what, and that right there, saying maybe. It just doesn't, like all the stuff that she's saying, it doesn't help your case when you say maybe when it's on camera. Like, you're somebody who cannot take accountability for your actions.
I mean, I'm sure you guys saw videos. I'm sure you guys have proof.
But again, I need your side.
You're worried about your appearance too much.
But here's the thing.
You worry about that shit.
There's just a video of you going up and hitting somebody. I'm not in your mind at that moment. I'm not hearing what's going on with your thoughts. Okay? I'm not.
It's just always, he tries to make me fearful of him. He tries to intimidate me. He's manipulative. He plays psychological games with me. And I don't know how to combat them the proper way.
And that's when it turns physical?
Yes.
Okay.
He messes with me so much.
That sounds like every time you get physical, you are the aggressor. That's what that actually sounds like. That didn't sound like that was good for her. Sounds like you're the aggressor. Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Threatens that he's gonna make sure that I'm so financially, mentally, psychologically paralyzed that I will never be able to overcome our separation because I want to leave.
Yeah.
So he's gonna make sure he does anything possible to get any documents on me to hurt me so bad that at the end of the day,
she said she want to leave.
It doesn't even need to be a winner or a loser.
No, it shouldn't be that a win or lose situation. It's not a game, but I know you're saying that's his perspective. So when he acts like that, when he makes you feel like you couldn't be independent,
we have done counseling, and they've said if you feel like it gets to that, if you're gonna probably put your hands on him, if it's gonna get violent, you need to be able to walk away. Mm-hmm. And I used to be able to leave. But
so she has anger problems.
To where he would take my car keys, he would take my cell phone, take my debit card. He would make it to where I couldn't leave.
Yeah.
Could he take your legs? You couldn't leave, so you don't have two. So she don't got two legs no more, chat. Okay.
Did that happen today? Did he take any of your stuff?
But
I ain't saying he just be taking all this.
Like, he's smart. He got me good today. He set
He
it up
got
perfectly
you good today.
to where it was right in front of our cameras. He's so smart.
He set it up. Oh my gosh. He set it up for y'all to be perfectly in front of the camera. Nobody made you walk out and smack that man. This is nuts. It's nuts.
After carefully collecting all the information, the officer made his decision. The man's video evidence and the woman's inconsistent statements left little doubt that the woman had been involved in the altercation.
Right.
The officer determined that despite her efforts to avoid responsibility, she was the primary suspect. He had no choice but to act and ensure that she was held accountable for her actions. When the officer moved to arrest the woman, she resisted.
I mean, if the answer is yes, I want to hear the because.
There is no because. It's not right. There's no reason why.
I mean, I'm not justifying it, but at the same time, you can only be pushed so far.
No. Maybe they just need her to admit it. I don't know. Because there's no justifying it. Do you say that to murderers?
You said in the past you've been able to walk away.
I've tried a couple of times until he made it to where I wouldn't be able to.
Okay. And
take my
were you?
keys.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, he's done it. I've been able to walk, but I have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
My friends have spouses, their own lives. Like,
she really is dependent on him.
Yeah.
I have nowhere to go.
So you feel trapped?
Of course.
Did you feel trapped today?
It's not even that I felt trapped today. It was just like,
So
I
no.
think that he wants to get the last word.
She's a
And
child,
I don't
bro.
care about letting him. It's not about
She's a
giving
child.
us word or not. It's just about him telling me, him always threatening me with the children or with just life,
Yeah.
finances and stuff.
Did he do that today?
Of course.
What specifically did he threaten you with?
That he was going to ruin my military career. That he was going to, which he's done already in the past, contacted my chain of command before. That he was going to mess up my career, mess up the guys' careers that follow me in like my
He was
Instagram
in there
stories
saying
and
he
my
didn't want to mess her
posts.
career up,
And
though.
I'm not sexualized or anything on social media.
Right.
But,
So, assuming it did get physical today, what happened just prior to it getting physical?
I just want him to know that I'm not going to continue to live in fear of him. I'm not afraid of him.
Yeah.
I'm sick of him thinking that I am going to live in fear of him.
So, you just wanted to show him that you're not scared of him? Okay. And that's why you put your hands on him?
Can you just tell me what's going to happen?
Well, I have to finish investigating what was alleged, okay? And then we'll make that determination. I'm not trying to like play mind games with you or dance around things, but at the same time, I'm not going to tell you something that's not going to happen, okay? So hang out right here for just a minute. And let me talk to my partner over here, okay? So what's your plan for going forward in this relationship?
I've been asking for divorce for 2 years, but he got
What stops you from filing?
money. I've been contacting people all morning. I had a feeling he would do something like this.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, I don't even know the first steps. I mean, I have
that don't sound like somebody that want to get out of their divorce or to get out of their marriage. Does that sound like somebody who wants to get out? Not to me.
Okay. I'm going to have you step down here, okay? Put your phone down. Turn around and put your hand behind your back. Right now you're under arrest for simple battery under the Domestic Violence Act, okay?
The woman was formally charged. She was brought before a court and charged with 2 counts of simple battery in connection with the incident. The charges reflected the seriousness of her actions and highlighted the need to address domestic violence cases with the seriousness they deserve.
Domestic violence cases, that's why I did this one. And not that I'm happy that it was the man, but like I need brothers, I need fellas to see that you can do this too. You can go and file on them and get them locked up too, because nobody should be hitting nobody. They quit to do it to us. You do the same thing, man. I mean, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. I'm out.